Clip. Oh yeah, it's back in. There we go. Okay, since that's got on that. Okay. There we go. Okay. What's up, everybody? This is McD Sports 4 coming to you today. McD the Beast, rather, but on McD Sports 4 coming to you today. Basically, to recap these two basketball games, we'll also recap the football games as well tonight. Kind of quickly, I don't want to spend too long on this, basically, because it's already 1 a.m. on the East Coast, but the Clippers just put 140 points on Golden State. That's the game we're going to talk about first. I'm saying this right now. The Golden State Warriors should be ashamed of themselves, and the reason why that's the case is because they opened up a new arena tonight and absolutely embarrassed themselves. Pretty bad if you're the Warriors. As they're driving down the court. I mean, they just scored a bucket to make it 142-122. I mean, the Clippers emptied their bench, so did the Warriors. But, I mean, here's some of these names. Draymond Green. And by the way, I know these names because I'm basically a guru on this shit. But Draymond Lee, Jacob Evans III, Kai Bowman. Who else? Let's see. Pascal Omari Spellman. Jordan Poole. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never heard of half of these names, and the final score is 141-122 Clippers. I have not heard half of these names. Now, I'm a guru. I heard the names before, but I have not heard half of these names. The Golden State Warriors are Steph Curry or bust. D'Angelo Russell, he's not good enough to lead this team. Golden State does not have a bench. I want to make that very clear. They do not have a bench. Looney, he left because he was injured with some, I think, right hamstring or something. It didn't matter. I know he had 9 rebounds in his 10 minutes, but I'm telling you this right now. Draymond Green, he had an elbow injury. They should have just kept him out. Steph Curry, 8 for 20, 2 for 11 from 3-point range. I mean, Clippers, they are the best team in the NBA. I mean, I hate to break it to you, but once you get PG-13, they are going to be your best team in the NBA. He's going to be back sooner rather than later. Look at the Clippers. Patrick Patterson, 20 points, 6 for 10 for 3-point range. Kawhi Leonard only played 21 minutes. Pretty good for Kawhi. Serge chipped in 21 points and 5 rebounds, 9 assists, a career high for him, which I found a little bit surprising. Patrick Beverley, he one of my favorite player in the NBA. Only 5 points, but defense was outstanding. Lou Williams off the bench. Montrezl Harrell off the bench. Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell probably the best 1-2 punch off the bench. So keep eye on that. JaMychal Green, he had a good game shooting some 3-pointers. Mo Harkless, he had a decent game as well. I mean, the Clippers, they are the best team in the NBA. Now, I'm going to talk about another team that I think their result was more about the other team they faced, and that is the Milwaukee Bucks against the Houston Chokers. The Houston Rockets, they are the choke artists of the LA Chargers are the choke artists of the NFL. Instead of the Houston Chokers, I'm going to refer to the Houston Rockets as the Houston Choke Artists. And boy, did they choke this one away. They outscored 39-24 in the fourth quarter. James Harden, terrible night shooting. He only had 19 points. 14 of those points came at the charity stripe. Russell Westbrook, he played okay in his Rockets debut. 24 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists. But typical Russell Westbrook game for him. Didn't shoot the ball particularly well. Clint Capella, I thought he looked pretty good tonight for the Rockets. I thought that was really the only bright spot PJ Tucker had a decent night from 3-point range, 5 for 8. Actually, a pretty good night. I thought he was another bright spot. But the Rockets bench, I mean, Eric Gordon, 4 for 19 shooting. That is terrible. Tyson Chandler, I thought he had a good night. But yeah, Austin Rivers in there for 12 minutes, couldn't do anything. Cephalosha in there for 10 minutes, couldn't do anything. Ben McLemore hit a few three-pointers early, but that's all he did. Look at the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis, who had a triple-double with 30 points, 13 boards, and 11 assists. And he was really the only reason why they won it. Ersan Ilyasova, I always had trouble pronouncing his last name. He was outstanding tonight. 13 points, 11 boards. I mean, he played lights out. Brook Lopez came through down the stretch. Milton hit a few shots, even though he had bad night shooting 4 for 16. Same thing with Bledsoe. Bad night shooting 4 for 12. Wesley Matthews had okay night shooting 6 for 12, 50%. 2 for 8 though from 3-point range. You would like to see him maybe hit another one or two. Kyle Korver, 2 for 4, 1 for 3 from 3-point range. Did get a lot of rebounds, though, for 6 rebounds. But basic George Hill, he had a decent night, 8.7 assists. But Milwaukee, I mean, Milwaukee looks like they are the best team in the East. I know some people argue about the 76ers. I think the Sixers is just a bit too top heavy. I think Milwaukee's a bit deeper, and that's why I think Milwaukee is your best team in the Eastern Conference. Rockets, they'll make the playoffs, but I mean, once again, the Houston choke artists. Atlanta Hawks and Detroit Pistons. I didn't watch any of this one, but this was your other game of the night. Hawks won the game 117 to 100. Trae Young played lights out, 38 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. The Hawks are my sleeper team. They are, I had them as the number 8 seed. I mean, it sure damn looked like they are going to be a playoff team. Bruno Fernando, he came from Maryland, so I am going to brag about him a little bit. 7 points, 3 rebounds in 14 minutes in his debut. Jabari Parker played lights out off the bench. Vince Carter got him for 10 minutes. He didn't score anything. He did pick up an assist, though. Let's see. Bembry, he had 8 points. Evan Turner, 9 points. Reddish only had 1 point in his debut. He's going to be streaky as hell, Cam Reddish. One game he's going to score 20. Next game he's going to score 1 point like he did today. Alex Lynn, another Maryland basketball player there. He didn't have his best night, but he did play some good defense. It looks like 4.6 boards. John Collins, 18 points, 10 rebounds. He had a good night, 8 for 15 from the field. And DeAndre Hunter in his debut, 14 points in his debut, 5 for 8 from the field. So the Hawks, they look pretty good, it looks like. I hope to watch them some this year. I know I will. I watch every team. But, I mean, the Hawks, they're pretty good, it looks like. Pistons, I mean, they look kind of flat. It looks like Andre Drummond still had a good game, 21 points, 12 boards. But they're waiting for Blake Griffin to get back. Derrick Rose had a great game with 27 points, 11 for 16 from the field. Luke Kennard, he couldn't repeat what he did a few nights ago, or last night rather, but 3 for 12 from the field, 3 for 9 from 3-point range with 13 points. I mean, the Pistons, they look like they were just kind of flat. But that's kind of what happened in the NBA. I'll recap the college football game and the NFL game. I want to see what you guys are saying. Curvin Abreu, is really late. I know it's late, and the reason why that is because I want to wait until these games are over. Miami Heat makes the playoffs. I think they'll make the playoffs. They have a good enough roster too. They look decent against Milwaukee, and not Milwaukee. Memphis without Rudy Gay, without Jimmy Butler. But overall, I think you guys are just a first round exit. Maybe you upset them. I don't know. SMU versus Houston was your college football game. SMU got the 34-31 win over Houston. This was an interesting game. Houston almost got the comeback. They had a shot with about 4 seconds left from SMU's 45-yard line to throw one to the end zone. Didn't get it off. They fumbled it. And SMU hung on. Shane Bouchard didn't have his best night, 20 for 38. You'd like to see him maybe complete some more passes. Xavier Jones, 133 yards rushing. You also have Freeman, Freeman, 47 yards rushing. You did have my ball Carter on Houston. He rushed for 136 yards. Clayton Tune, the backup, he threw for 407 yards because Derek King, as far as I'm concerned, quit on the Houston Cougars, which is a national embarrassment. But this looked like it was a fun game. I didn't watch much of it. I'll admit that. I watched the last few minutes of it, but it looks like SMU got the job done as they remain undefeated, 8-0. And that was the only college football game of the night. The NFL game of the night. I don't really recap the NFL games, but I do want to talk about this one. Redskins versus Vikings. Case Keenum looked rather pedestrian, so they went ahead and went with Dwayne Haskins. They were late. He threw an interception, three for 5 for 33 yards. Kirk Cousins had a pedestrian game as well. Pretty high completion percentage, though, 23 for 26. That's like in the 80% range, I believe. And then you had 285 yards passing. Case Keenum didn't turn over the ball any. It looks like unless he fumbled it. Which he did fumble it and lost it once, or fumbled it twice but lost it once. But he went 12 for 16 with 130 yards. Aiden Pearson, his return back to Minnesota, 14 carries for 76 yards. Glad to see him have a decent night. Also got caught 27 yards out of the backfield there. But the Washington Redskins are terrible. The Vikings, I mean, Dalvin Cook, 98 yards. I mean, all I'm going to say is and Mestassin, he also has 61 yards rushing. Vikings basically just play a pedestrian night and be a team that they're way better than. So that's basically my opinion there. But that's all the games that really happened tonight. And let's see what else you guys are saying. Suns suspended. Oh yeah, I do want to talk about that. Thanks for reminding me. DeAndre Ayton of the Suns, he got suspended 25 games because of that drug policy. Took PEDs. He said in a statement he didn't know he took them. I beg to differ. I mean, how the hell? I mean, these athletes, they sit there and say, "Well, I didn't know that stuff was going into my body." How do you not know what's going into your body? How? I mean, I know what's going into my body. I mean, I just that explanation to me, you hear it over and over again, and it's actually pretty freaking retarded. Every time someone says it, and it gets more retarded the more you think about it and the more you hear it. I mean, I don't like using that word, but I'm being serious. It's a retarded explanation. There's no way that you don't know what's going to your body. Just like Taylor Lewan. I don't know if that was going to my body, or the Clemson players. I don't know that was going to my body. How do you not know what's going into your body or what's not going into your body? How? I mean, are you stupid? I mean, you gotta know what's going into your body. But he'll be out for 25 games. I know the Players Association is going to try to appeal it because I think the penalty is originally 20 games. So maybe they'll get it knocked down to 20. But I mean, he deserves to be suspended. How do you not? I mean, for pure idiocy, how do you not know what's going to your body? I mean, someone explain that one to me, please. But I mean, thanks for reminding me to talk about that because that's embarrassing as far as I'm concerned for him. And Golden State got embarrassed. And a few other notes. Nats are up 2-0 in the World Series. Hopefully the Astros go ahead and tie it up. I'm cheering for them because I hate the Nationals. And basically, that's all I really have. We have 2 people in the stream. If you guys have something to say it now because I'm about to wrap this up here in a few minutes to go to bed as far as I'm concerned. Because tomorrow's my one day I get to sleep in, which is nice. I do have to do some stuff tomorrow, but I can sleep in until probably noon if I really want to. But I'm not going to sleep in that much. I'll sleep into maybe 10:30, but tomorrow's like my day off. Like I do college courses 4 days a week. I get the Fridays off, and then usually Saturdays I get up at 8:50 to watch game day in the fall, and then in the on Sundays I also get to sleep in some days. It looks like I will be sleeping in this Sunday. Originally that wasn't going to be the plan, but some things got switched around. That's why I have some things to do tomorrow. instead of Sunday because some things got stretched around. So it looks like I might be able to sleep in some on Sunday. Who's better, Luka Doncic or Trey Young? I'm gonna go Luka Doncic. I think he has more potential to be like a sustaining superstar. Trey Young, though, he impressed me tonight. I mean, the only concern I have about Trey Young is that he's a perimeter shooter type and might become kind of streaky. And you even see it with the superstars like James Harden went 2 for 19 tonight, or 2 for 13 rather, and Eric Gordon went 4 for 19. So you see, so those type of players, perimeter shooters, they'll get streaky from shooting. But I'll go with Luka Doncic over Trey Young. I mean, so yeah. Anything else in the sports world? I like the Vikings uh, co-rush uniforms a lot. They look nice and fresh. Was there any college football games tomorrow? Since I'm missing around that evening time slot. Well, I'm gonna be missing tomorrow. Some NBA games, and we're only going to do live streams like this. By the way, when during the TNT games, because it'll give me a chance to actually talk about basketball, and I like watching the games on TNT. Maybe if ESPN has a good slate, maybe them as well when they're Wednesday night or Monday nights. And then also when ESPN or ABC rather does their Saturday night, we'll do a recap on that as well. Okay, there's one game that's not till 9 o'clock. Yeah, I can watch it actually. USC and Colorado. That should be a good one. USC is a 12-point favorite. I didn't pick this one. But I would take Colorado in those points, 12 points right there. But that's basically all I have. I basically want to come on here, give you quick recaps, quick thoughts about basically what happened tonight. Sports, we had some games. No, I don't have any planned videos tomorrow, but maybe I'll come up with something. I mean, tomorrow's gonna be a day. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have stuff to do. It's not a lot, but one of the things I have to do, I do have to go like 45 minutes away from where this location is. So, yeah, each way, by the way, as well. But that's all I have. And I suppose I'll end the live stream just about now. But, anyways, thanks for watching. I know it's late at night, but basically, that's when the games end. Thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up button. Please subscribe to the channel. We're really trying to grow this channel, so hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. McD the Beast here signing off.